Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 o'clock on September 29th. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta.
And I'm Danny Stepanovich. But first, we want to turn to Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. Sarah, is it rain on the schedule today?
Oh, it definitely is. We're finally tracking some rain making its way in. And it also is going to be a little bit windier today. Checking a look out at radar, we are seeing that band of precipitation along the coast this morning as that cold front is just sitting right offshore. But as you can see, Curry County is getting quite a bit of rain this morning, and that's going to be the trend today and even tomorrow. Keep an eye out on this system. But around the rest of the region, it is on the quieter side. We're seeing cloudy to mostly cloudy sky conditions. They're getting ready to head out the door. We're not expecting to see any of that activity east side until later today, but we'll start to see showers increase and see that band of rain move its way in throughout your morning and into the afternoon areas over west side. But high temperatures today, take a look, we're only into the 60s. If you were sick and tired of that summertime heat last week, this week is going to be feeling much more comfortable with those temperatures into the 60s today. And also, we're keeping a close eye on those wind gusts this morning. Sustained winds out of the south into Klamath Falls at 17 miles per hour, same as we're over to Gold Beach. Those gusts are picking up as well. We do have a wind advisory in place for areas over into the Shasta Valley and into eastern Curry and Josephine counties. But later today, we'll start to see those wind pickup areas over east side, and that's where we'll see that advisory shift over into eastern Klamath in Lake counties through today, and that should settle down as we work our way later tonight. Those gusts can be expected anywhere up to about 50 miles per hour. Now, in terms of air quality this morning, it is on the moderate side. We are seeing it a little bit higher into some areas, but in general, we want to keep a close eye on through the morning, but should see it improve throughout our day as we see the system work its way inland. Those winds picking up a little bit more. We're getting some rain, helping to clear out the air, and definitely that rainfall is going to help out with the moon complex quite a bit. Now, into the next few days, we're tracking another system tomorrow that's bringing more rain along with it. We'll see gusty winds again. I'll have an update on what you can expect temperature-wise and about how much rainfall we are expecting coming up in your next forecast.
Starting on the fire watch this morning, the moon complex is now 17,316 acres with containment at 10%. Level 3 go now evacuation orders are in place for the Agnes area between 2 Mile Creek and the Oak Flat area. There are level 2 B-set evacuations in place along parts of the Rogue River as well, and there is a temporary shelter open at the Gold Beach Library, available for people displaced by the evacuation orders. The Bureau of Land Management has also closed Bear Camp Road for public and firefighter safety as crews work to keep the fire from spreading further. And the moon complex has been burning for over 3 weeks now, and after an eruption of fire activity on Friday and Saturday, the state of Oregon and incident management teams requested 4 Oregon State Fire Marshal task forces. A structural protection task force arrived, checking homes and structures on the fire lines to make sure nothing was in immediate danger. The crews say their job is to walk around properties to look for common fire risk and educate owners on preventions.
They walk around the house. They go take a look and see, look at the gutters, look at between 5 and 10 foot around the homes, look at the brush, look at vegetation. Are there wood piles that are close to the home or attached to the home? Simple things that we really encourage homeowners to do no matter where they live, because of, fire danger could be anywhere.
Fire officials say although the flames haven't reached homes in the canyon, conditions can quickly change. This late in the season, task forces say they'll keep working to contain the fire and protect as many homes as possible. A structure fire in Weed Sunday morning resulted in multiple evacuation orders and warnings, including a road closure. The fire was reported around 10:22 yesterday morning on Main Street and Camino Avenue. 16 engines, 6 water tanks, 2 trucks, and air resources were dispatched. Multiple evacuation orders and warnings were put into place for a time being. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
And overnight, the Illinois Valley Fire District responded to a commercial fire in Cave Junction that escalated to be a 2-alarm fire. Rural Metro Fire assisted in this fire, and the fire has been put out. It is currently under investigation. And moving on to developing news, President Donald Trump is federalizing 200 Oregon National Guard troops and deploying them into Portland for 60 days to protect federal property, quote, where protests are occurring and likely to occur.
This comes after Oregon lawmakers made a plea to President Trump on Saturday, urging him to reverse his decision. At the time, it wasn't clear what type of troops were being sent in on Sunday morning, but the Secretary of Defense sent a memo to Governor Tina Kotek confirming the federalization of Oregon National Guard troops. Attorney General Dan Rayfield wasted no time filing a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Oregon, asking a judge to halt this deployment.
The complaint argues the federalization order is baseless on hyperbolic pretext that Portland is burning and ungovernable, saying those claims by the president are false and fictional. The lawsuit also claims the order infringes on the 10th Amendment, stripping states of their constitutional power to manage law enforcement.
When the president and I spoke yesterday, I told him in very plain language that there is no insurrection or threat to public safety that necessitates military intervention in Portland or any other city in our state. Despite this, and with all evidence to the contrary, he has chosen to disregard Oregonians' safety and ability to govern themselves.
It's still unclear when the city will see troops on the ground. Kotek is reminding Oregonians who plan to protest that these troops are fellow Oregonians and to protest peacefully. When asked if the troops will be armed, Kotek reiterated the lack of details her office has received. And moving on to a school watch, Bonanza Junior Senior High School has been named one of 7 inaugural winners of the College Access Champion Award from Oregon Goes to College. The award honors schools that go above and beyond to prepare students for life after graduation. For Bonanza, that means innovative dual credit partnerships with Oregon Tech and Sky Lakes Medical Center, as well as hands-on career pathways in construction, health occupations, education, and marketing. Principal Jordan Osborne said the recognition reflects the school's mission to give every student equal access to opportunity, whether through dual credit classes, career programs, college readiness support.
And starting today, Rowe Community College dental hygienist students will be giving free screenings at their Table Rock campus. Second-year dental hygienists will be getting a hands-on experience with x-rays and periodontal exams while expanding access to affordable health care. Screenings are conducted under the supervision of a licensed professional, and for more information on how to schedule an appointment, you can visit our website.
And here in Southern Oregon, Camp White is a piece of the community that shaped the valley, but it's now facing a new challenge as the state pushes to make all state buildings earthquake safe by 2060. Built in just 6 months during World War II, Camp White once stood as Oregon's second largest city. More than 1,300 buildings housed soldiers, doctors, and even prisoners of war.
Older buildings were not designed to code or were designed to older codes. Every time there's a big earthquake, we learn new things and we then update our building code so next time those don't happen. But if the buildings already exist and they survived a previous earthquake, they may not mean that it will survive the next earthquake, right?
Historians say preserving Camp White isn't just about the buildings, it's about keeping the region's story alive.
But the White City Industrial Park wouldn't be there without Camp White. There are still houses and churches, buildings that were Camp White buildings that are still in use all this time later.
The challenge lies in balancing safety, historical preservation, and cost. Retrofits can make these structures resilient enough for people to use them safely while keeping the history alive.
How much effort does a community, does a building owner want to put in to save that historical building versus go build a new one, which is much quicker and sometimes even cheaper than to retrofit?
From World War II barracks to homes and public buildings, Camp White's legacy lives on, and with careful planning, it could stand for decades more.
And with this year's boat tours ending at Crater Lake, residents are wondering when the Cleetwood Cove Trail will close for the season. And according to Crater Lake National Park, the trail will be closing on November 1st or even sooner depending on weather conditions. And once that trail closes for the season, the trail will remain closed for approximately 3 years for major renovations to the trail and waterfront. And it's that time of the year again. We kicked off Coats for Kids last week, and now you can find our Red Barrel's new or gently used coats for local kids. There are more than 50 locations across Jackson, Josephine, and Klamath counties, and we are so excited to be working with our community partners for our 35th annual campaign. So if you have a chance, go visit Red Barrel and donate a coat.